Warning, I am about to talk about something I have no understanding of. However, I will try to relay this to the best of my ability. In the world, there is a type of entertainment medium known as virtual YouTubers, short VTubers. Now, these VTubers are retards and they don't know how to do anything on their own. So they agree to participate in these agencies, they're called, who will promote their streams and handle some of the business logistics for them, help them with their models and their gear, and basically help them with their business of catering to adult men on the internet. The largest of which, I believe the largest, or one of the largest, NIJISANJI, started, okay, I could be wrong about this. I'll preface this. One of their biggest talents, one of their biggest retards, VTuber people, was a lady, quote unquote, and her name was like Selen or Seren? No, it wasn't Seren. It was Selen, right? Let me double check this real quick. VTuber. Selen Tatsuki? Is this it? Yes. Selen. I was right. Selen Tatsuki is like the real person who manages this character is like I want to say like a Hapa chink who lives in the United States, and she was one of the, I want to say she was one of the original VTuber types. Anyway, I think she was one of the largest for NIJISANJI, but she is a mentally ill Hapa chinky lady, and she wanted to kill herself, and because of this, she went to like a psychiatric hospital. And then NIJISANJI, which is like a Japanese company, said, "What? Oh, you try to end your life. This is very shameful display and very unproductive of you to try to kill yourself. So you are fired, per case." And so they terminated their contract with her because of her mental health issues. I believe specifically because she tried to kill herself and stopped streaming without any kind of announcement. Firing her was a big deal because she's popular, and firing her over heckin' mental health erroneous to a Japanese company would be obvious. Someone tries to kill themselves. Well, how the fuck are you going to work if you're dead, idiot? You're fired. In America, we got sensibilities. We got mental healths that we consider is very important. You got to take care of your mental healths. So this was a faux pas, and Americans were outraged that the heckin'-based Nipperinos were not taking care of their talent. So the outrage mounted. And the NIJISANJI company, not able to understand what these fucking fat retard Americans are complaining about. Obviously, if you kill yourself, you should be fired. Put several statements out, each one apparently worse than the last. So I'll read this. I'll read this in a racist voice, too, for the benefit of my audience. Regarding concerns that have arisen in relation to the current situation, in the stream done earlier by our Rivers. Now, okay, when I started reading this, Livers is what they call the people who manage the VTuber personalities. It is spelled identical to liver, so it took me a second to figure out why they kept talking about livers, but now I understand it's liver, as in a live YouTuber, okay? By our Rivers, a message from NIJISANJI in. It was mentioned that parts of the information received from Selen and her warriors were shared to them by Anikawa Inc. As mentioned in the stream in the notice published by Anikawa Inc., notice termination of Selen Tatsuki contract with Anikawa, Selen and her warriors claimed that Rivers affiliated with Anikawa were involved and they will hold Anikawa legally responsible. So, explanation. Termination of contract with any color. NIJISANJI in Japan is a publicly traded company. So as a result of any kind of serious business update, they are required to inform their investors about potential issues that may arise in the company as a result of things like letting people go, terminating contracts unexpectedly, and so on. So when NIJISANJI terminated their contract with the person responsible for the Selen character, they published an internal memo to their other team members and to their investors, and warned them that they let her go, and their stated reason for letting her go were XYZ. And apparently this notice came across as very offensive and very they said to their investors, we think that losing Selen will be a negligible impact on their bottom line. So the term negligible to someone who, you know, a lot of people have parasocial relationships with is like very offensive to them. So they got really pissy with the company. But I'll continue. Selen and her lawyers mentioned. Oh, wait, I read that. In order to check the validity of Selen and her lawyer's claim, Anycolor Inc. shared only necessary parts of the information sent by her lawyer with our rivals and read an internal investigation. To begin, Anycolor Inc. has not made any confidentiality evaluations regarding submitted documents for legal claims such as all these. However, regarding the specific information and documents which Selen's lawyers requested, we will not share with our rivals with utmost consideration of this request. Anycolor Inc. has not shared any such information. In addition, our rivals are not held to any confidentiality obligation regarding the information shared to them from Anycolor Inc. Thus, no legal issues regarding the information shared to the public in the stream made by our rivals. After a rigorous legal check, Anycolor Inc. hereby declares that it has not made any confidentiality violations while checking with the validity of these claims made by Selen and her lawyers with its affiliated rivals. Which means that what happened is that this lady, Elira Pandora, did a stream, and you can tell it's a really serious stream because it's just black. Streamer only black screen? That means serious. And you can even see, like, in this message, it's like, oh my god, you have to be respectful and honorable while talking about this. And they're like moderating themselves, like, no, don't make fun of anything. You have to take it seriously. Mental health. And the streamers talking about this ended up, I think this message came about because of this stream, because it's like, why are the people who work at NIJISANJI able to talk about the bitch trying to kill herself? Like, how do they know that? And they apparently know that because NIJISANJI passed that information around to explain, we let her go because she's fucking crazy and she tried to kill herself. Don't worry about it. We're not like firing people. Your jobs aren't at risk. Don't worry about it. She's just a crazy bitch. And then they talked about it. And then all the people that like Selen were like, why did we know that she tried to kill herself? Isn't that a violation of confidentiality agreements? And the answer is no, legally, basically. They didn't do anything wrong. Probably in Japan too. Okay, so this is their official statement. You might be thinking, Josh, your racist Japanese accent is unrealistic and offensive. However, I invite you to listen to this man, and let me cut the captions on. First off, this bow is really, really creepy, but he does it at the beginning and end. It's extremely off-putting to me as an American. I don't want to see the top of your head, but apparently that's a Japanese business thing, especially because he really, 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 really fucked up.
Hello, I'm Rick Tazumi, CEO of Anycolor Inc. I'm making this video to speak directly to you, the fans of NIJISANJI EN, and everyone who supports the VTuber industry. First of all, I deeply apologize for causing concern to many people. Please allow me this time to address your concerns. First, let me apologize for a misunderstanding caused by the notice published on our investor relations page on February 7th. After announcing the termination of Selen's contract, we received questions from investors regarding the impact this would have on company performance. The notice was published to respond to investors. In the notice, we unfortunately used the expression negligible to describe performance impact. Our wording lacked consideration for the situation and caused NIJISANJI EN fans and everyone who supports the VTuber industry to feel that Anycolor Inc. undervalued the impact of Selen's contract termination or Selen herself. I deeply regret this outcome and will be rethinking how our communication in English is done. Without a doubt, Selen was integral to the growth of NIJISANJI EN. As a company,
that's why I said she might have been important, because he says that. I'm not sure if she's like old school to the company. There's one more thing that I want to point out to this. I just wanted to play a little bit of that so you can understand. how how fucking serious this is. Where they obviously got like a real writer out to prepare this statement, and they got the CEO bound and shit. This part right here.
Our rivals.
This part.
I deeply apologize. Next, I will address the feedback to our announcement which led to the idea that Anyclaw Inc. may not be providing a safe environment where the rivals can maintain good mental health. We take full responsibility for this situation, where not only Anyclaw Inc. but also our rivals are receiving hurtful messages. I deeply apologize to our rivals and to everyone who supports them.
That line in particular is like the best line in the entire thing. And I'm not even being ironic, because as much as I want to make fun of the Japanese, I have to hand it to them, because if this was a Western company, and like this has happened again and again, where anytime any kind of controversy happens and people start sending shitty messages to people on the internet, they come and say, you know, we might have been in the wrong, but all you hateful bigots out there sending nasty, mean harassment, terrorizing, and death threats to people who didn't do anything, shame on you out there. And then this guy is like, yeah, so can you, all of our staff are being harassed now because we pissed off a bunch of angry retard nerds. And we're really sorry that our actions instigated these angry retard nerds into behaving like belligerent psychopaths. That's unique, because usually it's like these companies tend to chastise the public. Like, I can't believe you guys are acting like this. Very, very honor brew. That's right. I have nothing more to say about this. I just find that the outrage is interesting. The culture clash, the Japanese trying to figure out why driving someone to suicide isn't permissible in the West, but it is an everyday occurrence. They've added spikes to the fronts of their electric rails in Tokyo, so that when someone jumps in front of the train, they simply get impaled onto the spike so that they can build a family for it later. These are the adaptations that the Japanese have made to continue their culture in the modern day, whereas the Americans expect them to actually give a shit about some fat chink trying to kill herself because she can't stand all the creepy sexual harassment she gets for puppeting a child character on the internet. Truly a modern age.